welcome to this week's equipment class. For today's class, you're just going to need a mat, a headrest, a circular cushion, 2 light weights, a looped resistance band, and then a foam roller or a small ball. So we'll get started off with the warm-up. We'll start off on our hands and knees. So starting off the same way as normal, just dropping down the ribcage arch in the back, looking up in front, and then rounding out the spine, looking down between the knees. Dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up in front. And then rounding out the spine, looking down between the knees. Again, dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up. And once more, rounding out the spine, getting a nice stretch through the mid-back, looking down between the knees, and then back to the center. Then we'll tap the left foot out to the side, looking to the left, getting a nice twist in the body, and back to the center, and then to the right side, alternating each side, so getting a bit of internal rotation, stretch into the hip. So really try to tap that foot out as far as you can, keeping the knee in contact with the mat. And then looking at that foot, getting a little bit of activation just in the obliques, just on the side of the core. One more to the right, and back to the center. Then we're gonna make sure you have a nice flat back, so we don't want any arches or rounding, so nice flat back. Right leg out behind, left arm up in front. And then once you have your balance, small circles with the arm and leg. And lower down. Left leg, right arm. Small circles. And lower down. Shifting all the weight over to the left side. Straighten out the right leg and the right arm. Once you have your balance, small circles. Trying to keep the hips parallel to the mat. And lower. Shift the weight to the right. Left leg, left arm. Again, once you have your balance, small circles. And lower down. Then we're going to come onto our forearms. We're going to have a nice flat or nice straight back. So make sure, again, you're not rounding up or dropping down. So it should be a nice straight back. Tuck your belly button in toward your spine. Then we're going to lengthen through that right leg. Keep the leg out nice and long behind you. And then we're going to lower and we're going to lift up, squeeze the glutes, lower down, lift up. So nice and strong as you lift. Feel that contraction in the gluteus maximus. That's the big muscle that covers most of the bum area. Then you have 2 smaller glute muscles. You have your glute med and your glute min. So those are smaller ones that kind of go across the top here, whereas the glute max is the larger one. So this is the one we're activating with this exercise. Good. Keep drawing your belly button in toward your spine. Don't lose that core activation. Good. We're doing 20 of these. I should have warned you. We have 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend that right leg. Hopefully you're feeling that in the glute muscle. Straighten that left leg out. Keep it nice and long. Tapping down. Lift up. As you lift, keep the back flat. Don't let the back arch down like this. So that's not what we want. We want a nice strong core as you lift up. Good. So if you're lifting up too high and you're losing that, just bring it down a bit. Bring it just to here. Try to keep your hips parallel with the mat. So don't let this twist open like this. Keep the hips pointing down. Nearly there. Hopefully you're feeling the burn already. 3 more. 2. And 1. Good. Rest the knee down. Then we're going to straighten the arms up, step the feet back into a high plank. We're just going to hold this for about 10 seconds. If you're finding this difficult, you can come down to the forearms, whichever you want. Rest the knees down. We're going to do one more here. So back into a high plank. Tap the left shoulder with the right hand, and then left hand to the right shoulder. So tapping across. We're doing 10 taps. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest the knees down. Bring the knees apart nice and wide. Sit back onto the heels, crawling the fingers forward. Getting a nice stretch here. And then lowering down onto the stomach. We'll just do a few exercises for the back. So starting off, we'll just do a bit of a cobra. Get a nice stretch. So remember, you could do mini cobra or full. And there's even different options for full. You could walk the hands a bit further away, or you could bring them right under, just as long as your hips stay in contact with the mat. So we're going to lower down now. Put the weights down by your side if you want to make it harder. Good. Laying on your stomach, so we're going to hold the weights if you want to make it harder, otherwise don't use any weights. Keep the chin tucked in, press the hips into the mat, lift the upper body up, squeeze the shoulders back, and lower back down. Lift up, twist and pinch, and lower. So lifting up. Really squeeze the shoulders together at the back. Good, we have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Then we're going to grab the resistance band here. So a looped band, we're going to put it around the feet. Just like this. So around the ankles. I chose the tougher resistance one today, so it might not have as much movement as the previous classes, but we'll see how we go. So we're going to start off just by resting your forehead on your hands. Press your hips into the mat. Lift the legs up, bring them apart and together. Apart, together, apart, together, apart, together. Good. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Resting the legs down. So that one now, we did a lot of glute max work, and now that's getting the gluteus medius. So that's the smaller muscle I was talking about that goes along the top of the glutes. Next one, we're going to straighten those legs out, lift the left leg up, and lower, and the right leg. Left leg, right leg. So now this is bringing in a bit of hamstring, and also that glute max muscle again. That might be a little bit sore already from earlier. Good. Try to lift up as high as you can. So depending on your resistance, you might get up a little bit higher than me. Good, and then one more on each side. And then we'll do one more exercise with the band here. We're gonna bend that left leg and then lower down, and then bend the right leg. So now we're isolating the hamstring muscles. That's a bit of a hamstring curl with the band. This is a good one to do if you get frequent hamstring strains or tightness. Good. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Last one, we're going to bend the knees and then bring the feet apart and together. Apart, together, apart, together, apart, together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take the band off, put it to the side. And then we'll come onto our back and keep the circle or cushion handy because we're going to move on to that next. So coming onto your back, starting off with some toe taps just to warm up the core a bit more. So imprinting the spine Legs into tabletop. Tap that right foot down and the left foot. As well, if you have your weights handy, bring them down by your side. Otherwise, weights are optional. You don't need to use any weights. Shoulders are relaxed. Spine is imprinted. And then, if you want to make it harder, holding the weights, arms straight up. Or you don't even need to hold weights here. You can just hold the arms up. And then tapping a bit further away. And then as you tap the right foot, bring the left arm back. Left foot, right arm. Alternating each side. Keep pushing your rib cage down. Good. And then squeeze the legs together, tapping both feet down. So remember to hug those shoulders back. Don't let them round up like this. Keep them pulled back. Tapping both feet. Good. And then again, making it harder, reaching both arms back. These are optional. If you just want to keep the arms down and focus on the toe taps, that is absolutely fine. Good. 3 more. 2. And 1. Perfect. Rest the feet down. Then we're gonna put the weights to the side. Grab the circle. We'll start with some easy activation of the adductors. So imprinting the spine, squeeze the circle tight and relax. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Focusing on that imprint. Squeeze and relax. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the circle squeezed. Right leg, left leg. Right leg, left. Nice and controlled. Don't let the hips move. If you're going too far, the hips might roll to the side, so just don't let the leg go out that far. To be nice and controlled. For 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Grab the circle. Then we'll grab the ball or roller, or if you don't have one, you could just do these with your feet flat on the mat. Otherwise, if you do have a roller, it just makes it that bit harder. So circle above the knees, arms down by your side. Put the weights to the side for now. Imprint the spine, lifting the hips up, and then tucking the hips back as you lower down. Imprint and lift, squeeze the glutes, slowly control on the way down. Imprint and lift, and lower, imprint and lift, and lower, lifting up, and lower. Good. Keep that circle squeezed, and lift, and lower. Good. And 2 more. Last one. And lower. Elbows on the mat, hands on the rib cage. Imprinting the spine, lifting the hips up. And lower. Imprint and lift. And lower. Imprint and lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Perfect. We have 2 more. Remember to squeeze the circle. Last one. And lower. And then we'll cross the arms across the chest. Imprint the spine. Lifting the hips up. And lower down. Imprint and lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Make sure you get the hips up all the way. Good. 2 more. Last one. Keep the hips up. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Put the roller out of the way for now. And then we'll grab the circle. We'll do a few more with the circle. We'll just stretch out the adductors quickly. So just let the feet come together. Let the knees drop apart. Feel a nice stretch to the inner thigh. So these are the muscles that we're working with the circle. They're called your adductors. And adduction is when the knees come together. And a lot of times it can be quite weak on a lot of people. And it also targets the pelvic floor, which is very important as well. Good, so feeling a nice stretch here. If you want, you can put a bit of extra pressure with your hands. Push your knees out to the side. And then you can use your hands to just gently help the legs back. And then we'll imprint, bring the legs to tabletop. Bring that circular cushion back above the knees. And then we'll squeeze nice and tight and relax. Squeeze and relax. So really have a look here and make sure that your hips are at 90 degrees. A lot of people make the mistake of bringing them too far in or too far out. So you want it just at 90. So just as the optimal position for your back to stay imprinted and for your core to remain engaged. When they're too far in, it's too easy and your back is tilted back. When they're too far away, it's too hard to push the back down and to use the core properly. So this is the perfect position for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the circle, slowly release. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. 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 Good. 3 more. Squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze. Last 1, 2, 3, squeeze. And rest the feet down. Grab the circle. Keeping the knees bent, circle above the knees, squeeze the circle, straighten up the right leg, keep the left leg as still as possible, right leg out to the side and back together. Out to the side together, out to the side together. Keep that left leg still. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the right leg. Squeeze the circle, straighten up the left leg out to the side and back. Out to the side together. 3, 4. Really keep that right leg still. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the left leg. Grab the circle. We'll just do a few more with the circle. Imprint the spine. Circle between the ankles. Legs and tabletop, squeeze and relax, squeeze and relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten the legs up, squeeze and relax. Keep the shoulders relaxed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest the feet down. We'll do one more with the circle. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs up, squeeze the circle, lower and lift, lower and lift, lower and lift. Keeping the spine imprinted. Good, shoulders relaxed. 3 more. 2, and 1. Perfect. Bend the knees, grab the circle. Put the circle to the side. Give the legs a quick rest. If you want to make the next one harder, grab a light weight in each hand. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, squeeze the legs together. Chin to the chest, rolling forward. Start to beat the arms for in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the legs squeezed together. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the head back. Put the weights down to the side. Then we'll grab hold of one weight, if you want to make it harder. Legs to tabletop, straighten the legs up. Hold the weight close to the shins, reaching up towards the ankles and then rolling back down. Reaching up and lower. Lift and lower. Try to reach up as high as you can. Keep the chin tucked to the chest. 3 more. 2. And last one. And resting back. Putting the weight to the side. Then we'll support the head for the next one. We're going to get the obliques on the side of the core. So legs into tabletop. Chin to the chest, rolling forward. Right elbow to the left knee. Left knee to the right. Or left elbow to the right knee. Sorry, it's a bit of a tongue twister. So back and forth. Twisting across. If you want to make this harder, sit up a little bit higher. Good. Or you can stay down here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting down. Then we'll grab a weight in each hand, straighten the legs out, squeeze the legs together. If you want to make it harder, otherwise don't use any weights. Reaching the arms back. Arms forward, chin to chest, rolling up. And slowly rolling back down. And rolling up. Shoulders pinched. Rolling down. Keeping the legs heavy on the mat. If you want to make it harder, reaching up. Otherwise, you can keep reaching forward. Reaching up. Three more. Good. 2 more. And last one. And lower back down. Perfect. Then we'll grab the looped band again and we'll come onto our side. So we're just going to do something different for a change to target, again, that gluteus medius muscle that I was talking about earlier that we already got with a few of the exercises. So we're actually going to come all the way down. Sorry, I don't know why I'm up on my elbow. So you're going to create a little bit of tension. You're going to lift the leg up and lower it down. So bring it just around the ankles. So depending on how hard your band is, it'll be more difficult. I'm kind of regretting choosing this black band now. The blue one's a bit easier, the one we have here. But that's okay, I'll have extra strong glutes now after this. Good, 3 more. 2, and the last one, hold it up, 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And lower down. Then we're going to twist the toes pointing down and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Then we're going to bring the band up to above the knees. We're going to bend the knees into a clam position. So we're going to bring the knees apart nice and wide and back together. If you want to make it harder, bring the feet up. Apart together. Hopefully you're really feeling this here. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll take the band off. We'll put it to the side. We'll do a few more exercises here. So both legs up. It'll feel really easy now. Without the band, it feels so much easier. Good. 3, And last one, keep the leg up. 1. Small circles forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Small circles back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the top leg up, lift the bottom leg to touch, and lower. Lift and lower. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Grab the top of the ankle, stretching out the front of the thigh. Good. So if you have different band colors, do try to do one that's a little bit more difficult. See if you're able for it. Good. And then letting go. And then we'll switch to the opposite side. So starting off with the band. Don't worry, we'll do a good glute stretch and foam roll after all this. So all the way down on your side, starting off with the legs up. Top leg up, lift and lower for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 10. Keep it up, 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Toes pointing down. Lifting up and lower for 1, 2. Keep that foot internally rotated. Really, now we're targeting the gluteus minimus, so really small glute muscle, the smallest one. Lift and lower. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Resting down. Bringing that band up to the knees. Last one here with the band. Bring those feet up if you want to make it harder. Knees apart and together. Apart, together, apart, together. 3, 4. Make sure the hips don't roll back, so really keeping that good hip position. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Resting down. Taking that band off. You can really feel that in the side of the hip here. Hopefully you can as well. Both legs up and then lifting that leg up. Feels so light now. Lifting up and lower. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg up. Small circles forward. Remember to keep this leg nice and long. You want it to reach away from you. You don't want it coming up like this. So small circles. 3, 2, 1. Circles backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower down. Then we're going to lift both legs up. Lift the bottom leg, lift and lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bending the knee. Stretching out that quad muscle. Good, and then letting go, and then we'll come onto our back, and we'll do a few stretches for the legs and back, and then we'll finish off with a bit of foam rolling. So coming onto our backs, we'll bring the right knee into your chest, shoulders are relaxed. And then right arm out to the side, twisting that right leg across into a spinal twist. Back to the center, straighten that right leg out, hugging the left knee in, shoulders relaxed. Left arm out to the side, twisting the left leg across. Try to keep that arm in contact with the ground, the left arm as you twist across. And back to the center. Then we will cross the right ankle over the left knee, grab behind the left thigh just to stretch out the glutes. And then switching over. Shoulders relaxed again, pulling that knee in nice and tight. Left foot down, straightening up that right leg. And then left leg, stretching the hamstring. Bend the left leg, and then we will grab the roller. And we'll bring it just under the mid-back to start. So just where the shoulder blades are, supporting the head. If you have hair, I suggest you move it out of the way. Lift the hips up, rolling along the mid-back. So really try to get some extension. So leaning back, getting extension through the thoracic spine. It can get quite stiff. And then twisting to the right. You can tuck that right elbow in to get into the muscles a bit better. And then to the left. Good, and then we'll roll out the glutes next. So, sitting on the roller, cross the right ankle over the left knee, then shift your weight over to the right side. So really try to roll onto the outer part of the glute. Rolling up and down. So that usually the further out you go, the tighter it is. So that's that glute med muscle we were working on earlier. You can get quite tense and tight. Rolling up and down, focusing on any sore spots. And then switching over, left leg. Rolling up and down. And the IT band, the long piece of connective tissue that goes down the side of your leg, originates from this glute med muscle and another muscle called your TFL. That's a little bit further up. And so when that muscle is really tight, when the glute muscle is tight, it pulls on the IT band and can create tension down the thigh or into the knee. So the best way to relieve that pain is to roll the glutes out. So this can help with a number of kind of knee issues as well as with the hip as well. Rolling up and down, focusing on any tender points. And then lastly, we'll roll the quad muscles out. So these can be quite tender. So bring the roller just in front of your kneecaps, and then coming onto the roller and using your forearms just to roll you up and down, just using your elbows. So just trying to keep the legs relaxed. Rolling up and down, and then we'll twist the heels in, toes out. So getting the inner quad muscles. And then toes in, heels out. Getting the outer quad muscles, which are usually much tighter. And you can shift your weight over to the right a little bit, get in that muscle a bit more. Focus on any sore spots, and then you can twist to the left a bit more. If you want to be really mean, you can bend your knees and roll that way, because that will get deeper into the muscle as the muscle's stretched. Otherwise, if you want to be a bit nicer to yourself, you can straighten the legs. Good, and then take your time coming off the rollers, and then we'll finish with that.